Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome. Okay, so I've got some video here for you. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Amster, Kat, Charlotte, Carolette, Lynn. I sent you a reply to your comment. You are amazing. I owe you big time. Nana, hugs. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to put up a few here, and then we got to get right to it. Looks like they're back on the scene. Yes, I've got the video. Hello, Joy. Yes, I started getting them antibiotics. I had to take 2 at once and then 1 again this morning, and I am starting. I've been drinking Benadryl like it's water, but doctor told me don't do that no more. So hopefully today I'm a lot better with the coughing than I was yesterday. I am feeling a lot better. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Linda, Norma, Bad Doctor's wife. Kat, yes, I do. I sound a lot better. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so let's jump into this. This is from Dolly Vision. So I'm going to show you this, and then there's a bunch of other things I want to get into that have come out. Hello, Moo. Moo Marie, hello, hello. Yes, please be respectful in the chat. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion as long as you do it respectfully. Please don't attack myself or other people here. This is a safe place for everybody. You can agree to disagree, but please do it respectfully, okay? Hello, Marilyn. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Mods, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's jump into this. This is Dolly Vision. He's on the scene. I have permission right from him to use his footage, so please don't come at me. I got his link in the description below, so if you do want to go, he's there most of the day. So if you want to go and watch what he's doing and watch all the updates as they happen, when you're done my live, go on over and you can watch him. Okay, hello, Dukes. Here we go.
They're going in with bags. I think this is forensic. This is what we've been waiting for. Okay. FBI is black truck.
Hey, can everybody hear it? Put a 1 in the chat if everybody can hear it, please. And as you can see, this is before the tent went up, but the tent is now up. Yeah, I got COPD too, and it's like, ugh. Okay, here we go. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Awesome, 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 you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go.
Going up to the house with bags. Okay, there's one. Look at the big bags they're carrying in. Okay. I think that's a 360 camera or something. More big bags.
I do have
right
still
now,
photos too to show you.
The FBI is at Nancy Guthrie's house. I told you. I told you. Don't doubt Dolly. Don't doubt me.
Dolly got to eat.
Going into the house. They pulled up in a black SUV. They're opening the bag now. They're going into the door. They're putting up a pop-up tent.
I think it's a little late. They should have done this on day one, as soon as they seen that flood. But what do you guys
They're
think?
popping up a pop-up tent. So they're investigating something. All right, we're growing by the hundreds quick. $3,000 of you here with me now. Make sure you sub up, guys. Let's hit 88,000. I told you, Dolly's on the front lines with you. They're putting up stuff to block it. Them are walls so you can't see.
Sorry,
What are they
I
going
thought
to
it
take
was
out this
only.
house that they don't want you to see?
I thought it only showed for a bit. Sorry about that, you guys. It's gone. Confetti's
Let's get
gone.
a better look.
No, it wasn't a body bag. It was the thing that carries this tent. I've got still pictures of it. I'll show you.
See, they're putting up a wall to block it. The drone is up. They're at the door. They're testing something right there at the floor of the door. Look. Can you see it? They're right at the floor. Maybe they're testing the door. They're going to try to block us.
Okay, and you guys will remember yesterday, there was a bunch of things that I said. And I don't know if somebody's watching my feed, whatever, because I didn't hear anybody else talking about it. When I went over, there's Rose. When I went over the photos and everything yesterday, when I was telling you guys, look at, when he first comes to the door before the blood is there, it looks like he's coming from like this side of the house because the garage is over here, right? It looked like he was walking across this way. And then the other photo where he doesn't have the book bag and the GUN on him, it looked like he was coming this way, almost like after he got her, he got her in the vehicle and he was going to leave, but then said, shit, I got to go back and get that camera. And then it looks like he's coming back from this side. I talked about that yesterday. I told you guys what I was seeing. All of a sudden today, there's news outlets and everything that are saying the same commentary. So I don't know who's watching my channel, but because nobody was reporting on that earlier when that it was a full day, the photos had been out and nobody commented on it until I brought it out yesterday. So obviously there's somebody that's watching this that is going, oh my God, yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. And, you know, at least it's out there now. Is that why they're back here now? Is that why they're searching both sides? I don't know. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it just seems, and you guys that have been here and watching this with me since the beginning, it seems even with my reads, I do a reading and then the next day something comes out that my read entailed. And it's always like the next day or later that night. So it's just, I find it interesting. Yes, please smash that like button, everybody. Okay, so let's continue, and then I'm going to show you the still photos. But they are covering this up now for a reason, you guys. I do notice that blue shirt isn't there anymore.
I got the angle.
Dolly got the angle.
I don't know.
And don't forget, the internet out there, you guys, is like almost obsolete unless you live there and you've got...
They're on the ground, messing with
the
something on
modems
the
and
ground by
everything,
the front
so...
door.
Yep. I can't wait for them to get down into that. I guess
I thought it was a camera bag. It was actually a tent.
I guess you guys call it the wash, where all those, there's some big, huge inlets in there. And I looked up because somebody said, nah, you'd see buzzards. Well, if she's thrown into, and some of them are quite large, if she was thrown in those things, like they're all made of cement, there's some made of metal. I don't know what you call them, like almost like inlets or overflow tunnels or whatever. The buzzards would go right inside that tunnel. You wouldn't see them. And you know what a scary thing is? A fact. I looked it up and you guys can Google it. It said it would take vultures under a couple hours to devour a whole body, like all the flesh off a body. And if she is in one of those tunnels, it's just going to be bone left. And yeah, culverts. Thank you, Diane. They would go in that tunnel after, as long as they felt like they weren't going to get stuck, like they won't fly down a pipe. I looked all this up. I did my research, you guys. But those big open culverts, and some of them are like 4 or 5 feet wide. And they go in under the ground and come out. So water coming down, I guess, goes through them tunnels and into the wash, right? If it's that wide, even if it's 2 feet, 3 feet wide, the vultures will go in there. So if that's where she is, and I'm not saying she is, but I'm getting it something like that with my reading, they will go inside. You won't even see them. So it's not like they'll be swarming around outside. They go right in. So it's scary. That's scary. I'm not sure about that.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Sorry. I'm not sure about that, Dokes.
The doormat, maybe? No, they're on the ground. One guy's completely on the ground. I know it's a little shaky, guys. My hands are cold.
You notice that blue shirt isn't here anymore, right here, just above the red line. There was a blue shirt that was left there, and it looked like a woman's polyester, like muscle shirt almost, like that us older folks wear. Dolly's saying it's cold there. Well, come on to Ontario, Canada. Right now, I think we're sitting at like -8. But the last week, it's been like in the -20s, -30s. Another thing, you guys, that I forgot to mention is that mask that he was wearing, this guy was wearing, that was a knitted mask. Like, I don't know how cold it gets in this area of Arizona that you would need a ski mask like that. But it kind of struck me, like I'm constantly thinking about this case, right? And it's kind of, it's been on my mind and bothering me. It's like, wouldn't it be odd if somebody like Walmart or somewhere around there, like, yeah, this guy come in and bought this woolen mask. Some days out there, it's like in the 80s. So that would be weird that somebody would buy that mask. And it sounds to me like they're saying that it's almost, they're saying something about the bag. We'll get into all that, the glove. We'll get into all of this, where they've been searching and all that. I just wanted to show you guys this. I'm going to show you the still photos, and then we're going to get into the other things that I've got to show you. We can always come back. Dolly has given me permission to use his stream. So once my live's done, make sure if you want to see live coverage of it, go on over there and watch him.
She's not in the house. They're testing something by the front door. Okay. The floor tiles. Okay. I think they're taking up the tiles on the floor. Okay, they're putting up a side curtain to block us now. But they're taking up the tiles on the floor. Is what they're doing.
Okay, let's not put in the chat what you've heard on other channels and stuff like that.
They're taking up the towels.
Because there's so much BS
because he's down on his hands
and
knees. Blood would have been. So I believe he's taking down the towels. So they're trying to block us out. And you can believe they're going to put it up on all sides. They're blocking the whole foyer because they're working where the door is on the ground. One of the officers was down on the ground. And I believe what they're doing is they're going to take up the stuff that is on the ground to take back to the lab with them. rain
covering
coming.
something up. They don't.
I don't
want
think this
people to
has nothing to
see.
do with rain.
Yeah, I don't
This
think it
has to
does.
do with
I don't think it has anything to do
what
with
is
the rain
going on
that
and
coming
what they're
either.
doing at the doorway.
They don't want us to see what's
So
going on.
they're definitely like, they're trying to block off all the sides. They did. They done blocked off this side too, so you can't see up in there. But I seen before they were before they were doing it. It looks like they're pulling up parts of the floor.
Okay, so Dolly's there, and he says it looks to him like they're pulling up parts of the floor. But yes, they're doing this because they don't want all the cameras and everything else to see what's going on. Okay, so let me show you guys. We'll stop sharing this. We'll go back to this. Don't you worry. But there's some other things here that I want to show you. Okay, give me a second. I don't think they need to spray luminol. They've already got the samples from there, and that blood that was there came back to Nancy. Okay, so here's the still photos that I was sent. So this is a kit here of some kind. I believe this big black box that they had taken out, that was what the tent was in. There it is there. They're carrying that in. I think that's what the tent was in. You've seen them open it up. But I was sent these, and now, as we just seen in Dolly's video too, that now they've got it all cornered off. And that is so they can, whatever they're doing in there, they don't want us to see. They want to keep it private. They don't want to give out any clues to the perpetrator of what is going on, what they're looking at. They could be doing that too, Carol. They could be doing measurements to get those. I think they've got a lot of that. I think those videos have been analyzed to the moon. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you guys is, this is from this morning. It's going to give us a little bit more info. This is from Fox News. And I'm going to bring this up. And we are going to give this a listen.
Here now with more TMZ founder Harvey Levin is with us. Harvey, all right, so we have the glove. We have a third letter. Of course, TMZ, you are right
now. If you guys haven't heard about this third letter, there was another letter that was sent. They're going to show it. And what the letter said, something about wanting 1 Bitcoin now. And it's like, and this is another thing I mentioned yesterday when we were talking. I says, like, who's dumb enough to send a ransom note, or a note saying, the note basically said, I know who did this. I want 1 Bitcoin to tell you who it is. Number one, I said this yesterday, like, you're setting yourself up. If you're withholding information and you know who did this, you can be charged. Okay. Number one. Number two, why would you put yourself at risk of being charged and send like extortion? Give me 1 Bitcoin and I'll tell you, when there's a $50,000 reward you could collect and not have to worry about being arrested and charged, right? And now they're all saying it today too. So let's just see what this says here. Let's see what Harvey has to say.
Middle of that, let's start with the letter you received today and the differences between this and the first letter you received.
Well, the first letter was a ransom letter, and it had a Bitcoin address. And as we told you yesterday, Sean, there was activity in that account. This letter that we got this morning is not a ransom letter. It is a letter saying that this person who wrote it knows the identity of the kidnapper.
Okay, I want to just stop it here for a minute, okay? Because yesterday when I was telling you guys, when we were going over the photos, it looked like he probably parked somewhere down over here. Maybe that's when he tried to get in the back door or whatever and busted that light, but he forgot a camera up here, right? Maybe he parked over here somewhere so his car was out of sight, because it looked to me like he was coming up through here. And then once he brings her out, because there's blood there, He comes around, probably gets to over this area somewhere, going to leave with her. She's probably in the trunk, and thinks, hell, I better get that camera, because then you see him walking back towards this way from this side of the house. So that means wherever he brought her, it's over here somewhere. So I think he tried to leave. He was going to leave because this driveway is a horseshoe. He's probably going to leave and said, shit, forgot the camera. Because when he's walking back this way, he's got no backpack and no pew-pew. Okay, so let's continue.
And for the price of 1 Bitcoin, that person will disclose the information. The person gives a Bitcoin address. We have checked it all day. So far, there is no Bitcoin that has been deposited, as you said, worth about $67,000. If this is a hoax, it's a crime. It is criminal fraud. But we turn this over to the FBI.
And is that not what I just said yesterday? It's fraud. It's criminal. It's a criminal charge.
And the Sheriff's Department.
Oh, and thank you for doing that. And I know you've been helping authorities as much as you possibly can. I know it's played a big role in all this. The odd thing about that, when I read, you know, 1 Bitcoin, you're right. I just looked at the price. It's $67,000, $67,500. And I'm thinking, well, they're offering a reward of $50,000, and you're not risking going to jail. Why? It made no sense to me.
Let me.
See? And this came out. You can see the time up top. Last night at 7:05. I said this yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning.
Let me give you a hypothesis on that. So there have been situations recently, actually, where a reward was offered by federal authorities, but when the person was captured, there was some controversy over whether the people who helped capture that person should get the reward or not. And there were a lot of people who were upset about that because they didn't get the reward. So it may be that this person knows that it's not a sure thing, and doing it this way is a bird in the hand.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I do know, like, whoever did that is pretty dumb when you could claim the reward. If you know exactly who did this, you would get that reward. Like, I do understand that there's other times that they offer rewards and then people have a hard time getting the reward because there's so many of the same information coming in. It's hard to decipher who gave what first and whatever. I get it. But this is very, very specific, right? This is somebody saying, I know who did this. And for 1 Bitcoin, I'll give you the guy's name. It's very specific. So if this is true and this person does know, you would get that reward. And yeah, it's a very shitty thing to do.
You know, I would think everybody wants to be all hands on deck. You'd like to believe the best in people, right? If you can help, if you have information, you don't want to charge for it. You want to go all in and help the family out, help your fellow American out. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm more cynical than you.
Go ahead. I want to continue.
I'm more cynical.
Well, you were cynical last night when
Okay, right here, this is when they're going to pick up this glove that was found.
I said to you, I know you used to be a lawyer, and you said, I still am, in a private conversation we have, which made me laugh out loud. Let me ask you about the FBI, what they're looking for based on the video and also the note today. I mean, when you put that all together, because more than anybody that I know in this case, you've been in contact with law enforcement. What are they looking for today? And I want to remind people at home, too, that it was only yesterday that we got...
See? There's that glove. There's that glove that was found. And it does look like it's been pulled inside out. Somebody's pulled it off. And if somebody did this as a hoax and planted this glove there, that's also a pretty shitty thing to do because you're wasting resources, right?
This breakthrough, this video. I know people want a conclusion. It's not Dateline. This is real life. It's hard to catch criminals. They're doing the best they can. It's all hands on deck. But what is the FBI looking for based on what you can put together?
Well, I can tell you we have spoken with law enforcement about this, and they are clearly looking at the items this person was wearing. And 3 things in particular were told. a backpack, the backpack that he's wearing, the gloves, and the gun. So let me talk about two of these things. The backpack, we did some digging, and
Okay, listen to this. They did the digging on these gloves, the backpack, etc. Watch.
we found that the backpack looks like a Walmart Ozark Trail hiker backpack. And what you see is there are reflective pieces on the backpack that match this Walmart backpack. One of the television stations in Tucson, KOLD, said today that, late today, that indeed the law enforcement believes it is that Walmart backpack that the person was wearing. That's important because one of the things that law enforcement does, and frankly that we've done, is you call around to stores in the area and find out, is there anybody that bought one of these recently that they remember? Now the FBI can come in and they can have a subpoena and they could have them look at their records. And even if somebody pays cash, you can look at when they came in and then look at the surveillance video.
See, the thing with big box stores like that, like Walmart and everything, they have computerized systems. They know what inventory has gone out, when, how it was paid for, everything. Is it a process? It's probably a tedious process to get that information. I don't know if they could maybe, if they have a mask like that, if they can punch that SKU number in and see when those were sold. But which Walmart did he go to? You know what I mean? The same with these backpacks. When were they? I'm sure that they can do something like that. So it shouldn't be too hard.
Which is how they've caught people before. They could do the same with Amazon to try and track it. Now, let me tell you about the gun, Sean, because I think this is really interesting. We had our people look at this very, very closely. This looks like the person has the gun in a polyester holster. Now, it's important because typically people who have a polyester holster carry a revolver in it. In this case, it was a semi-automatic handgun. And I don't know enough about guns, but people who do say it's unusual to put a semi-automatic in that kind of a holster. So we started calling gun ranges in the area to find out if anybody happened to see this, because people...
Okay, look at. I know that you guys have very strong opinions regarding Harvey, but I'm using their footage. So I don't need people coming in, please, and disparaging them. Okay, please. Dukes, I'm not trying to oust you, but I mean, I've got to say it. I'm using their footage. So please don't do that.
Familiar with guns might have noticed.
You can say, I don't agree with the guy.
A weird
whatever,
gun in that holster, maybe. And so we weren't able to find anything, but I can tell you the FBI is doing exactly the same thing as is the sheriff's department.
Well, it's interesting. I picked up on that as well. I've had a pistol carry permit my entire adult life. I've had it in 6 different states. I have one in the free state of Florida.
It wasn't you.
The placement of that weapon caught my attention. I don't know anybody that has ever put a weapon in front like that, unless it might be in a kind of fanny pack, but that, of course, would be sealed and covered and you wouldn't see it. But your friend's observation is dead on accurate also. So that caught my attention. What can you tell us? There's been a search in the Foothill area in and around.
Dukes, I did. I apologized. It wasn't you. It was the comment above you from the classic one. So I do apologize. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It wasn't you. And here it is, the classic one. Then you got to be careful what you're showing to the public. I'm showing the public something from Fox News. Okay? So please don't come in here and tell me how to run my channel. If you don't like it, then don't watch.
The Guthrie home. You getting any details on that?
One of the things I'm told they have been really trying to get is some video of the vehicle that this person used to arrive there and then leave. And I am told that as of this afternoon, they have come up goose eggs. They just have.
Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to have somebody come in here and start telling me how to do things on my channel. So now you've been blocked from being able to comment. Okay, I tried to ask you not to do those things. And now you're coming in here and trying to attack on me. Oh, I'm getting from accurate. So am I. I'm getting this right from Fox News. I'm getting it from the people who have been getting the ransom notes and everything. So bye-bye.
Haven't found anything where they have that vehicle. There were reports about a suspicious vehicle at a market nearby, but law enforcement tells me that they're still looking because the vehicle could be just critical here, but they have not been able to locate a vehicle that aligns with this person.
All right, there is hope. Fox News Digital is reporting they have 2 gloves, not just the one, that I don't know how many people are wearing gloves in Tucson. I don't know. There's been a cold snap in the country. Maybe it was cold there for a while. But certainly that could be a break in the case. That could lead to fingerprints. That could lead to DNA. We could always hope on that part of it. We really appreciate your time, Harvey. Great work as always. And your cooperation with the...
Can I just say one thing before I...
Hey, Craig.
If these gloves are the real deal, it's going to be a huge thing if they find DNA. It's just weird to me that somebody who took enough care to completely cover themselves, to presumably try and cover their tracks. It's one thing if you drop one glove, a la O.J. Simpson, but if you drop both of them after you're gone, there's just something weird about that.
Nothing.
The only thing, and I'll get into this a little bit more with Nancy Grace, and we spoke earlier today, and I just want to remind people, it was only yesterday that we got this big break in the case. After 10 long, hard days, they got the break. And I've got to believe that that reverse AI lighting video that they put out, where you can really get a good glimpse into the eyes and the features of this individual, I think ultimately that breaks the case. That's my hope. That's my prayer. I hope it happens sooner than later. And obviously that Nancy Guthrie is home, safe and sound, back with her family. That's our hope.
Look at this idiot. Grabs weeds to try and cover the camera. And like I said, when he comes with the backpack, you guys, he came this side. The garage is over here somewhere. This driveway goes around this way. He's over here. And then when you see him, he's coming from this area without the backpack, without the pew-pew. And right here, you can clearly see there's no blood, there's no weeds, nothing. But the next time you see him, you can see it. So I think he came back for the camera. And Craig, it wasn't you, hon. You're good. You're fine.
I'm with you.
I know you are. All right, Harvey, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
In just a few hours, Minnesota Attorney General.
Okay, let me just stop this. Let me just, I got to check the chat here, you guys. Diane says, I think the person had 2 pairs of gloves on because the hands look stuffed. Yeah. Yep. I don't see the tattoo. Somebody else mentioned that yesterday too. I don't see no tattoo. I haven't heard nothing about a tattoo. So I think that's just some more troll stuff that's going around. And I won't believe any of that thing about the tattoo until I see it verified. Carol, I don't watch the AI color. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a lot of people on TikTok and X and everything that tried to do these AI stuff. I don't want to see any of it. I don't, because it's not true and accurate. You know what I mean? The FBI and that knows how to do that kind of stuff. And that's whose AI version or them messing with the colors. That's what I would believe over any of the AI stuff that's going around. Oh, there's a lot of people saying that too, but who knows? I believe it's the same person. There's only one. Kate says, welcome everyone. The weeds thing. It does. The guy was not prepared at all. And like with that backpack, like I said yesterday, he came with a full backpack. To me, that's a kit. If he was going there to rob her, that backpack would be empty when he goes in and full when he comes out, number one. Number two, the only thing missing is Nancy. They didn't steal anything from the house, and I'm sure there's a lot of jewelry and stuff like that that's in there. Nothing else was stolen but Nancy. This is personal, you guys. Yes, and we got Rose here, and she does forensics, so I would trust her before I would trust any of the other people on TikTok and everything else that are whatever. Yes, an AI can't be trusted fully. The FBI has better ways to enhance stuff and try and figure out the colors based on the colors that we know. Like, we know the gloves are black. We know that mat is black. We know they know the coloring of that floor. And with those things that they know the color of, they've got ways to figure out what color everything is that he's wearing. Positive Vibe says, yeah, you can't trust AI. Yeah, layered clothing. I'm not so sure about the bottom, but I don't know. I'm still not 100% on board with the layered clothing, like for the pants and stuff like that. There we go. We got Ing, who is a photographer, and it's difficult to do it right, and it takes a lot of time. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree, Positive Eyes. I think they dropped the ball. If you want my honest opinion, Barbder, I do believe they dropped the ball. This tent should have been up. As soon as they seen the blood there, the tent should have went up, and nobody should have been able to come and go from there. Nobody should have been able to bring a vehicle on there so you could get tire tracks in the dirt there. So many things they dropped the ball on. So useless. I don't think they're totally useless, but in this instance, I think they were useless and they dropped the ball. I don't know. I kind of look at it Shannon's Copper because my son wears track pants. And to me, it's like, I don't know. It didn't look like he was wearing layers under the track pants or jeans, whatever he was wearing. But because if you look at the bottom where they go around like I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, let me bring up the next one I wanted to show you guys. Okay, everybody, get your thinking caps on because I've got something here to show you. And this is from Salty. Okay, I will show his full. I don't want to show the full thing right now because I don't want you guys to cheat. Not that you guys would, but I don't want you to cheat. Okay, I'm going to show you something. And I want everybody in the chat, everybody here, we got 124 people here. I'm going to show you something, okay? And the question is going to be, and it's not a trick question, okay? Let's see how good everyone is at this. Which of these are men's eyes? Okay, there is a male in here. So which one of these photos, and I'm going to show you, is men's eyes? Put your answer in the comments. So I'm going to go quiet for a few minutes so everybody can put their answers in the comments. Which one of these is male eyes? Okay, because we got a lot of people going, oh, look at, and when you got night vision on, it's going to illuminate your pupils. Like it looks like you got light coming out, right? Let's see. Take your time, you guys. Which one of these photos is men's eyes? There's a male in here somewhere. Let's see what everybody, no cheating. Don't cheat. A lot of people are saying B. A lot of people are saying B. A lot of people saying E too. No, there's at least one in here that is a male. Hi guys, because hi guys said none. Nope, there's one in here that is, there's at least one. Some are saying CRE. Okay. And this is what I mean, you guys. Okay. Let me stop sharing this just for a minute. Okay. And this is what I mean when you're looking at stuff. Okay. Especially like through a camera and stuff like that. Now they're changing. People are changing their answers. That's not fair. Okay. People are cheating. People are cheating. If you can't do this without cheating, then don't answer. Anyway, look at Nana says B or E. And this is why I say, unless you are fully trained, even though you think, yep, this is it. This is it. I'm going to show you something. Okay. You ready? I'm going to show you something. So here we are. You want to see the answer? You want to see the answer? Carol, they could cheat by going to the post. Okay, here you go. Here's the answer. They're all male. They are all males' eyes. Thank you, everyone, for, okay, this is from Salty Steno. You can go and check him out over on X. Thank you to everyone who participated. The point of this little experiment was to prove to you you can't tell the difference based on the eyes alone, especially when the face is obscured and the light is distorted. The eyes above are all men with natural lashes. Okay? So here, this is his. Or this is his. 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 And this is his. They're all males. Okay? And when I seen this morning, it was like, wow. Because when I first seen it, like the angle that they showed, one of the clips in the video, I almost said like, wow, those look like women's eyes. But the night vision on the camera, oh, yeah, just a second. Hang on a sec, you guys. Okay, thanks. The night, not only does the night vision distort things, cameras like that themselves distort things. Okay. Rose says, dang, that was an awesome experience. There you go. Okay. So all those eyes that you see up here, they're all males. Like to me, this looks like female. This looks like female. These look like female, but they're not, you guys. They're all males. There's some eyes right there. That I thought for sure was female too. Not so much these ones, but the rest, they do look like male, like females. Yeah, the lights, everything change. So if you want to go and see this for yourself, Salty Steno on X has this up. And I'm going to give it a heart, and I'm going to repost it on my own X. And if you want to follow me at X, I will show you mine. There you go. There I am over on X. You can type in @ancestor, and you will find me over there on X. I post a lot of stuff over there too. So I just reshared that to my X. Okay, so here is another one. This is from News Nation. We're going to take a listen to this. Hey, keeping you guys on your toes, eh? Hee hee. I find more stuff like that, you guys. I'm going to test you. Positive Pie says that was a good one. I'm going to test you because it's not just you. It was me too. It's like, no way. Like, I thought the last one, E, was a male. There was one other one I was kind of iffy on, but I thought there was only one there that was a male, and that was the bottom one. So, man, do I feel like a dum-dum now. You know what I mean? And I should know better. because I have cameras all over my house, all around my house, at my back door, at my front door, on my driveways, in my backyard, on my front yard. And whenever my neighbor or my mom comes over or whatever, and they're looking, like, because it's right at my door, like over top of my door. It's like, oh my God, have you been crying? Because the eyes look so different. I should have known this, but there you go. Yeah, hence why he had that light in his mouth towards the camera. He thought it was going to block out the camera. Yeah, and he looked down. I said that yesterday. He looks down. He clicks it on long enough to look down because he knew there was a step there. He wanted to see how close he was. It's somebody, I'm telling you, you guys, if it's not the son-in-law, it is somebody within that family. I said that right at the beginning. I still am sticking with it's the son-in-law, but it's somebody close to that family who knew that family, who had a beef and had a vendetta. Yeah, I showed it. Okay, I am going to bring up maps because I do have the address to where the glove was found. So I will show the areas that I think where they are to where she could be. Okay, so let's take a quick listen to this. Hang on. Okay, so let me share this. This is from News Nation. Okay, and let's see what this one has to say.
Southern Arizona, they are looking for a major breakthrough in their urgent search for Nancy Guthrie. Crews turned up new evidence in the
Donna,
bushes.
I don't think
really
she's
not
alive.
too far from Nancy's home, and officials are combing through thousands of tips from the public. Let's get right out to News Nation national correspondent Jessica Cartalia, who is live in Tucson outside of Nancy Guthrie's front door there. Jessica, good morning to you. The FBI found a glove in the search yesterday.
Yeah, and that could be a crucial piece of evidence in all of this, Marky. They bagged that black glove on the side of Campbell Avenue. That's just over a mile from Nancy Guthrie's home. The glove now being analyzed for DNA. We're expecting to see a lot more of this today. There's so much public interest in this case, in this disappearance, that this is...
No, that skin tone, it's a pretty light skin tone.
Anything but a cold case at this point. Detectives are now doing what's called a flat footwork, revisiting the homes of Nancy and Annie Guthrie, looking in streets adjacent to the neighborhood, in the foothills as well. Anytime this happens, it kind of raises eyebrows because people say, well, why are they back? But we are told this is all part of the investigation. The FBI is now looking into whether that glove matches the one from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera.
That's what I'm saying now, too. It's like after all this time, they've been scouring this area. Everybody's been on the lookout. And all of a sudden, like 12 days later, they find a glove. You know what I mean? At this point, it's like, I don't know.
Where we see a person in a ski mask, a backpack, a heavy jacket, wearing black gloves, walk to Nancy's front door the morning of her disappearance with what appears to be a flashlight in his mouth. You can see the reflection.
No. Hi, Willow. I wonder, could Annie and Tommaso hire their pool or yard workers to kidnap her just for money? No, come on. She's bleeding. There was blood at the front door. Come on.
Of that light on the camera. Investigators are likely looking at everything now, including the tiles on the ground to look at a shoe size potentially, the bricks on the wall to get this person's height. They're going through that video frame by frame and analyzing everything. Unlike a former law enforcement.
Again, I'm going to stop it. Don't tell me how to run my channel. Don't. It's inappropriate.
And rather, no one really carries a gun like that or wears black gloves. That's not typical of law enforcement. So that's why this is so key. Investigators were also back at Nancy Guthrie's home yesterday, combing through arroyos, which are dry creeks, and the brush there in the Catalina foothills. That was the video that we just saw on your screen. As you can see, it's really dense in parts and very rocky. So things could be hidden. There's also quite a few animals in this area. And Marky, we're talking about 12 days
Diane.
since her disappearance. So quite some
And
time
Michelle,
here
yes.
in the Arizona desert. The FBI says 4,000 calls have come into their tip line.
Did you guys hear that? Since that video come out, over 4,000 tips have come in. Can you imagine them trying now to go through all 4,000 of them tips? Because I guarantee you, anybody that see, and I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do, okay? Because one of those could be the person, right? But, oh my God, I know somebody who has a mustache like that. Or, oh my God, I know somebody who wears that kind of clothing or has that kind of backpack. It's going to be crazy.
Since they issued that or sent that video out, those are the billboards that are all around Arizona, California now, New Mexico, Texas. Whoever is in that video really knew this neighborhood well because it's a maze of streets all at the bottom of the Catalina foothills. Also, let's touch on that TMZ letter. Another letter coming into them yesterday around 8:30 East Coast time, requesting $60,000. That's a Bitcoin be transferred into an account in exchange for a tip on Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. That letter ending with "time is more than relevant." TMZ has sent that letter off to the FBI to
see. Sorry, I was looking at comments. If they want the name of the individual involved, then I want 1 Bitcoin to the following wallet. Time is more than relevant. It's like, number one, I would take that as a threat. It's like the time is more than relevant, basically saying you send it now or else. You might as well put or else. If they want the name of the individual involved, which is saying to me that you're saying you know who the individual involved is, and then the extortion, then I want 1 Bitcoin to the following wallet to get that name. It's like, yeah, arrest this person. Oh my God, extortion. What he's doing, right? He or she, whoever did this, that's criminal. Okay. And especially like this, whoever this is has no heart, has no soul. Who would do that? If I knew the name of the individual, screw the money, screw the reward. I don't give a shit about that. Look at this person has her, go get her. Like this is somebody who's going to be living off the system or living in grandma's basement and, you know, a keyboard warrior that has nothing, you know, to say to a camera and won't show their face or to say who they are. Did you not see what happened to the last person who tried to pull this shit? They got arrested. And I hope this person does too. Like, this is disgusting. You're disgusting. Whoever did this, you're disgusting. You're, oh.
Has sent that letter off to the FBI to be analyzed. But again, Marky, we are now in day 12 with nothing indicating whether Nancy Guthrie is still alive. Someone had a large bouquet of flowers delivered to her home yesterday, adding to a collection of well wishes from neighbors and friends. That's all at the bottom of her driveway. You can also see right behind me right now, sheriff's deputies have been monitoring the scene here. They're pulling out of the driveway at this point. Where they're headed is unclear, probably just to another location, as this is the media staging area. But again, they have been monitoring here 24 hours. You know, something else of note, Marky, that we keep talking about is just the close proximity to Mexico at this point, and could they have gone there?
Yeah.
Okay. It is. This case is so odd all around, all around. I agree. Okay. Rose, go get the door. My mom listens and says inside job. Yeah. I've said that since the beginning. Lisa says, I'm like so invested, sometimes have to shut the phone down and walk away a bit because I can't. Yeah, like I'm living and breathing this case right now. Like I dreamt about it last night. And in the morning, I'm spending hours scouring through all the information, getting verified stuff to show you guys. Right? I agree. I don't think it's sneaky at all. I think it's totally stupid. Yes, I agree. Strangest case. Yep, if you scroll back a bit, Michelle, I just showed that. We just went over it. We're going to go back to live at the scene for a bit, you guys. Let me see first what this one. Okay, let me just check here, you guys, for a minute. Okay, hang on a sec, you guys. I just want to check this out. Okay, so the tent has now been removed from the front of her home. So whatever they took, whatever they went there to get, they've got. And yesterday they were searching all around her house. Yesterday, too, they went inside her house and they came out with a paper bag. Okay, so let's go back to here. Hang on a sec, you guys. Okay. Okay, why is this doing that? Hang on a sec, you guys. There it is. Okay, so let's continue to watch this here. Again, this is Dolly Vision, you guys. Looks like they got a drone out there again. The tent is now down. I don't know what he's showing there. I think that's Nancy and her 3 kids. Yeah, that was the 2 daughters and the son. You can see Savannah's name over here. Savannah, this is our lovely mom. See, there's Cameron and the 2 girls. Whoops. Cameron and the 2 girls.
So just basically a little memorial video to her mother was posted.
Video Savannah put up, yeah.
That's sad. I mean, she was old, but nobody deserves to have their life taken from them.
That's what I'd like to know. Don't see nothing coming out from her. I think they know. But this is the
We
ton's
got
gone now.
87,814 subscribers. So if you're brand new out there watching
Woohoo! Way to go,
and you
Dolly.
haven't subbed up yet, help us hit 88,000. We can do it with the help of you beautiful people out there in YouTube land.
I do have his link in the description below, you guys, if you want to go and watch him once my live is done. Go on over. He'll be there probably most of the day. Anna, refresh. Hit the refresh button up top of your browser. That is Dolly. He's given me permission to use his live stream. So I'm showing you bits and pieces of it. I'm not going to stream the whole thing. Number one, I don't have that kind of patience like he does. Summer, that's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? Yes.
Yeah, whoever did this is horrible.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Bye, Nina. Sorry, but you're not going to come on here and start disparaging people that are allowing me to use their live footage. If you don't like him, that's your prerogative, but don't come in here and start bashing other YouTubers that are allowing me to use their feed. I won't stand for it here. So it just got you banned. I've asked that right at the beginning, so I'm sorry, but them's the rules. Yes, I'm very thankful. Let's go to almost live here and let's see if anything is changed. I think he does bring us a little closer here. As you can see, you guys, there's tons.
Dolly, keep it real. I try. I mean, it's only one of the biggest store chains in the.
Okay, hang on. Let me just turn off the volume for a minute so I can talk here. Just check out the amount of people, like especially news outlets. Like there are tons out here. Oops, there he is. Dolly. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, before I do that, I forgot. Please stop mentioning other channels. Let me just see here. Pacemaker batteries are good for 5 to 15 years. That's interesting. Okay, so before we do this, before we wrap up, I'm going to go to the maps and I'm going to show you. Hang on a sec. Where the glove was found. Let me just, I've got to get maps and everything up and close some stuff out. So I'm after every update, it seems like something goes wrong. Shit, hang on a sec. Okay. Come on. 125. What the frig is going on here? Okay, stop it. Okay, here we go. I don't know why this is not. Okay, let me reload this, you guys. It's not letting me. Type in an address. Hang on. I know what I did. There we go. Just give me a second here. North. Okay. Let me just put a pin. North. Okay. Okay, done. Okay. Oh shit, you guys can't even see it. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's where Nancy lives right here. And this is where the glove was found, right here. So it's not that far as the bird flies, crow flies, however you want to say it. It is gone. 1.82 miles. So it's not even a mile from where her house is. So that's where the glove was found. This is where a lot of searching was going on in this area over here for some reason. They were also up searching along here. So they were going into people's backyards and asking them to. They were also searching all around Annie's house. Now, something else that I found, you guys, look at this. Like, we're getting all these things about people asking for Bitcoin. Look at what's here. Athena Bitcoin ATM is right here. Okay. And you would have to pass that. Here's Annie and Tommaso's house. You would have to come out here, come up this way, and turn here. And turn here to go down over here to get to Annie's. You'd have to come up, either leave their house. Let me just see here. Leave their house, come up here and down and over to get down into her neighborhood. Or you would have to go all the way down here somewhere to get over, and then have to come back up to get to her house. So this would probably be the way that they would go, over here, down through here, up and around, right? Look at what's right there. Let's go down to Street View. There's a chevron there. Where does it say that Bitcoin thing? Because on the map, if you go and look, it says Bitcoin. There's a few different. My phone just scared the hell out of me. There's Dairy Queen, Voodoo Ranger, Where's the Bitcoin? Hang on. Shit, sorry guys. Oh, maybe it's in this building behind, somewhere here, or to the side. Let's see if we can. And this is 2025. But if you go on the map, there's Chase Bank. Maybe it's over here. It shows there's a Bitcoin ATM. Oh, so maybe it's inside. Maybe inside of here somewhere. Let's go over here. Come on. Let's go. Okay, let's not. Let's do this then. Now they took me too far. I want to go right here. There. So maybe inside of here, they've got a Bitcoin, because it says Bitcoin ATM, right? Trying to read these signs and it's not easy. Lisa says here in CT, they're inside our gas station. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it said ATM. So maybe it's inside here. Yeah, John says ATM, so it must be inside. So did Vicky. Yeah, it's probably in the store. I agree, you guys. But anyway, so I found that weird that I seen that there, right? And there's all these ransom demands for Bitcoin. This is where they went and got video from, this Circle K. And that's where Annie and Tomasas live. So, you know, you'd leave their place to get out to the main road. This is the quickest way, I believe. Yeah, because here they would have to come out and come down and then come back up. So I'm assuming they would go out this way, up here, and this is where they would turn to go to Nancy's. And there is a Bitcoin ATM right there. So I just found it weird. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I just found it was weird. Okay, so for those that were asking where with the area I got, see, I got possible area like this. And I'll show you what I mean by those. If I can get down there again. Let me find it. Because remember in the read it said where water should be, but there's no water. There's one right there. See these inlets that go in under these paths and that? So this is probably connected to the storm sewage drains. If she was tossed in there or brought in there, by what, and there's big, huge ones like this all along here. And I believe it's the storm like for when they get bad storms, I guess from what I'm being told is this fills right up. It's called a wash. So I'm learning. You guys are teaching me too. So I went on and found out about buzzards. And if she was put into one of these inlets or big ones like this, the buzzards would go right in there. You wouldn't see them. Right? And these things are all along this wash. All along this wash. And I was drawn to this area because in my read, it said something about a park and where water should be, but it's not. A storm runoff. Thank you. Right? And so when I started investing, I was drawn to this place here. And I'm not saying this is where she is, but it is an area like this. And it's an area, either this area or very similar to this, where all these at 2 o'clock in the morning, all these businesses would be closed down. It doesn't look like there's cameras on this. This is like a park or something. I've tried to look around on the street view and everything. I don't see any cameras. And if you go to street view down here, you could park here and not be seen. Okay? You could park right here. He already carried her body once to the car, right? Across, and look at these washes, how much vegetation is in there. She could have been just tossed in there. Is there something along here somewhere where he could put her? And those things, those tunnel things, go under these paths. So I'm assuming that, like, especially on the other side here, where all the overflow storm systems, you got them. I know we got them up and down our street here, and they go right out into the river, right? Because it's just storm and water runoff from rain and that. Well, they got those big openings all along here. He could have very easily tossed her down there and then drug her into one of those things under the sidewalk here or on the other side. And this area here, all along here, he could park, and there's no cameras. There's no cameras here, you guys. So I don't know why I was drawn to that area, but I was, and you guys wanted me to show you. And I mean, there's lots of them areas around here, and I believe it's going to be in this section. I was drawn right to here. Nancy, let's turn this around so we're facing the right way. Because I believe this is, hang on, let me just see. Yeah. So this is kind of facing north. This is north up here. This is south. And I was trying to look for that first east because they gave two different addresses where they said that there was a mask found, like the ski mask. There is no 100 east. If you look here, and I went right down on Street View, it goes from 48 to 102. There is no 100. So then I said, okay, maybe it is the 1001, right? So I went all the way down because they give the numbers of the houses, right? Look at here is 700, 724, and then it stops giving the actual addresses here. So the last building is 947. There is no 1001. So East First Street stops here, and then it continues again over here. And there's no 1001 over here. I think it jumps to like the 1400s or something over here. So I don't know. I think it was another false report because there is no 1000 and there's no 1001. And those were both two addresses that they gave saying they found a mask behind somebody's house. Yeah. Like this is First Ave East. It goes here. It goes a little bit here. It goes a little bit here. Then it starts again over here, 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 here. Then it jumps up over to here. It stops and then starts again here, stops, and then starts again somewhere over here. It stops, and then this part, and then it's weird. I've never seen nothing like it. Yeah, I've said the same thing. I believe that she's within a mile of her house. I think I said a mile to a mile and a half. I said that right at the beginning. Oh, yeah, me too, positive vibes. I wouldn't be able to, it'd be like, okay, I give up. Can't find it. Like, I was scratching my head even trying to find these addresses that were being given out. Crimson says, inside of one of those is where Rachel. Yes, right. You're right. I remember that. I think I covered that case. Lisa says, yes, overflow when Arizona has rainy season because it's so flat. Washing culverts. Yes. Me too. I believe she is close to home. Okay, so yes, I'm signing off too, you guys. Don't forget, if you want to go and watch live coverage, the link to Dolly's channel is in my description. Go let him know I sent you over there and that we thank him for allowing us to use his coverage. And subscribe up. He's trying to get to, I think, 88,000. So let's help him do that. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, if anything else pops off, like I said, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. Please give this video a like. Watch my community posts, because when something pops off, I will post it there. And if it's something, really important, I will jump on live. But keep an eye on my community posts, because anything that pops up that, can just be covered in a post, I will post it there and try and keep you guys up to date on everything that I'm getting. Well, thank you guys all. Thank you for being here. Thank you, mods, for doing an awesome job again today. I appreciate you guys so much. I got the best mods, you guys. So give them a round of applause too. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. And let's keep Nancy and the family in our prayers. And let's pray today is the day that she is finally found and brought back and given the respect that she deserves, which no matter what that looks like, right? Whether she's alive or deceased, please just let her be found. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings. Be careful who you trust, right? I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.